Frogger. Everyone knows that classic game where you play as a frog and hop from one space to another to jump across a busy highway. There were so many different versions of the same concept and everyone has at least played it once. I, for one, played a game a little more different about our little froggy friend, and that was Frogger, the Great Quest. Great Quest was made by Konami in 2001 for the PlayStation 2 and later on was ported to the PC that following year to dedicate in memory in one of their fallen voice actors for the game, Steve Brody. And what made it different than the rest of the Frogger games was that it had a story and a theme. The story starts off with our protagonist Frogger, who overheard a bunch of kids who happened to be hanging out at a lake late at night and were sharing a story about a frog who became a prince after kissing a princess. Frogger was interested in this idea of becoming a prince and falling in love with the princess, so he wishes on a falling star and a fairy frog mother a fairy frog mother appears out of thin air to help our protagonist. So our hero Frogger sets out to jump from each kingdom to another with some help from the fairy frog mother, fighting villains and monsters to save a princess and become a human prince. Now, that sounds fun and the aesthetic of the game looks nice during its time in the 2000s, but there were a few issues. It's not known for having the worst controls, but they were pretty wonky and quoted to be frustrating, choppy, and unresponsive. The game's camera had the worst angles, poorly followed along with the character within the game, and there's no way to control the camera manually. This game had a majority of negative reviews. Frogger the Great Quest had a score of 32 out of 100 from Metacritic and a rating of 3 out of 10 from IGN. So yeah, it was pretty bad, but as much as it had bad reviews, I always look at the good parts of every piece of garbage. And why would I gush about it? Because it had potential. Just hear me out. When it was still in concept, it was honestly a great idea on paper. You're an anthropomorphic cartoon frog in a swamp going through a kingdom to a fairyland and to a castle, meanwhile fighting bad dudes and literally spitting goo at them. Alright, well, maybe this spitting goo at them part doesn't sound very pleasant, but everything else was. The game's visuals were colorful and toony and the cinematic scenes were fun to watch and they kept it short. Honestly, if Konami put more time to fix the issues or just changed the gameplay mechanics and made the camera easy to manually change, Frogger the Great Quest would have honestly been a good Frogger game to remember. But instead they kept going and made Frogger Ancient, Frogger the Rescue, and Frogger Beyond. Frogger, Frogger, Frogger. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more content. If you like to support on what I do or see some art from me, follow my Twitter. Or if you like, you can support me on Ko-Fi. See you next time!